Hello and welcome to 2K23 course reveal. This is Leighton Buzzard Golf Club on 2K23. We first loaded it onto 2K21 and we've since upgraded it with some various upgrades, which I'm sure you've been waiting months for with great excitement, and they are finally here. It only took me to have an operation and to have nothing to do for a week for me to be able to get around to doing them. So I'm about to reveal them to you. I'm sure you're as excited as I am about them. So this is Plantation Road, driving up the hill. I usually enter the car park with great excitement that I'm about to shoot 79. I don't usually. But here we go. You enter the car park, and the first change you can see is we've added a nice lawn in front of the clubhouse. So there is the clubhouse. We've added a fountain. The fountain is a bit... It doesn't really exist, but I thought, we'll really upgrade. We'll make it look smart. Maybe they'll add it in the future, and I'm just a pioneer. But anyway, there's the car park with the practice screen. The practice screen didn't need changing, and nor did the car park really, because it was all set up pretty well from last time. So we've added cars. That's the first upgrade huge, because the car park is quite busy usually. So I added a few more cars, and you make your way down from the clubhouse here, via the practice screen, unless you turn up like I do usually with 2 minutes to your tee off, down here to hole 1. I'm going to take you through. We've had a few major upgrades. I'll take you through before we go round the course. I'll talk you through the major upgrades. First, a huge upgrade. We've added 2 wind turbines near hole 15. The first game we didn't have a wind turbine, and I had a message saying, "There's a wind turbine on hole 15." Yes, I know. I've added 2. I've resolved it. Number 2, we've removed the fence from here. It had a fence here before. It didn't exist. I thought there was one. There wasn't. I've removed it. We've added cars, as I said, to the car park because it's always busier. We've relocated the shoe cleaner on hole 18 from behind the green to the right of the green, which has happened recently. We've added rough throughout, so you can see it here. We've added some rough in the places where the team don't cut the grass because they want you to lose your ball, and I do. We've added the new tee zone on hole 7, and we've tightened hole 11. Which they did since I released the first course, and they added a bunker there as well. But let's take you on a tour of the course before we go round the course. So you go from the practice green, you walk round here into the practice area where Kevin and Will give their great lessons. Neil had one last week, 2 weeks ago, and he played very well after it, so I'm sure it was a very good lesson. But here you can see we've put the practice tee, practice zone. You can usually hit 8 or 9 on, not much more than that, because it's about 150 yards. And whoever lives there, I want to buy your house, because I want that. I want that car, maybe not in green, but I want that house so I can just jump across this small fence onto the course, so I can play 18 holes before work. Right, hole 1, let's take you through it. We've tightened the fairways on most of the holes, and probably 3 or 4 of the greens because they were too big. So hole 1, I've added bushes on the left because they're definitely there. I've been in them the last 2 weeks in a row and ruined my round. The excitement of shooting 79, the expectation of shooting 79 as I enter the car park, immediately exits when I hit it into this bush here. So I've added that, tightened the fairway as I said, and added these 2 trees. They didn't exist before. Well, they did exist in real life, but not on this game. And I've added them in the position they should be. And I've added what looks like a monkey puzzle tree. It's not. It's the best looking monkey puzzle tree I could get, most like it. So hole 1 didn't really change. We just made the green a little bit smaller and cleaned that up. And while we're there, let's look at it. This is hole 7's new tee off area. New for 2024. They've moved the trees back and added a new tee off area to great excitement from the patrons at Leighton Buzzard, giving more space for more tee off zones. So we've added that and mimicked it. It's very good. Hole 2, not a lot changed on hole 2 because it was a very good hole and it looked exactly like real life. We just added a kind of pathway through the rough, which exists at the moment, and I've added that. So not a lot changed on hole 2. Hole 3, again, a hole that was already quite well designed, even if I say so myself, marking my own homework there. But I did make the green smaller. It was too big, and I have cleansed the green to be smaller and tightened it up. Oh, there's a big change that I forgot. We've added a little path there, cart path for leaving your cart there, and maybe leaving a bag. I'll put a bag there after, actually. That'll be great excitement. You'll notice that when I load it. But that's new to stop. It's a heavy traffic area, I was told by the greenkeeper the other day, and they've put a nice little mulch area. I'll change that to mulch after. And then hole 4, getting too excited about that. Hole 4, not huge change. We re-sculpted the green though. So the green was too big. We've made it smaller, and we've put this bit here. We've put some rough there, and we've increased the height of it. So when you go there, you'll see it's a downhill shot, which is true of real life, and it drops off quite rapidly, which is true of real life as well. And it's got a 2-tier green, which it is, and we've put them just near the drop off. Hole 5, great excitement for hole 5. It was probably the hole I was least happy with, so I've spent at least an hour, probably 2. My wife's looking at me right now like I'm mad. I'm not. I just love designing golf courses. Hole 5 we spent a lot of time redesigning. So before it was quite flat, whereas now I've done 200 yards, 220 yards to the top where you've got the target marker, and then it flattens out. So that didn't exist before, so we've really increased height by 30 foot uphill. Admittedly, when Tiger Woods plays later, he's not looking at 220 yards, he's looking at 300 yards down here, but it flattens out and goes towards the water. And I've reshaped the hole, made the green, the fairway tighter and smaller, so it rewards straighter hitting, and moved it right to left, coming down to the hole where we've got a smaller green. Hole 6 again didn't need much work on it. I've made the tee off zone area smaller just because it would look too big, and I've moved the tree a bit and made it a bit smaller. It was too big in the first game. The big change on this hole is just making the green more realistic to real life, so it's very tight in the middle bit there, the spine, and it goes from back to front. And if I come around here, I've re-sculpted the back, so if you miss it, it drops off, because I was there the other day and I realised it was flat on this game, and actually I missed. I thinned it straight through the back, and I duffed it first chip, but the second chip was magnificent, and I got the bogey, and it was a drop off, so I've added that. Hole 7, let's go and have a look at the tee off zone again because it's so magnificent. Well done to Leighton Buzzard and the team for delivering the tee off project. Hole 7, smaller fairway, again rewarding straighter hitting. We've reshaped the water. It's bigger than in real life, but it is what it is. We've moved the bunker into a better position, and we've redesigned the green, made it a bit smaller again. Hole 8, there wasn't a lot to change on here. We've added the rough on the right, and we come up here, drive, it's a big dogleg to the left. The bit here that I've changed is I added 2 trees at the back. You can see them there, because I always hit them when I can't see where I need to hit. I aim at the big tree in the distance, so I've added that. So in the game, if I'm struggling, just aim at that tree and it's a good shot. I've added a bit of a hump here and reshaped the green slightly, and here I've done a big drop off, so you'll see if you miss this green back, it's similar to real life, it drops off significantly. Magnificent. Hole 9, not a big change. Yeah, I didn't really change a lot on hole 9. Added a bit of rough on the right, but it was already very similar to real life. You head across here to hole 10 via the halfway house, where the Leighton Buzzard team give you a sausage roll or soup of the day, bovril, Mars bar or tea or coffee. Then you go on to hole 10. Hole 10, dogleg right to left again. Didn't need a lot of work. It looked quite similar to real life from the tee off, but the changes are at the green. The green is smaller. We've made the green smaller because it was too big before. We've made it nearer the drop off, so if you miss right, good luck. If you miss long, good luck. And also left, there's 2 trees to catch your ball if you pull it. So that hole is much improved. I think that looks much better and much more true to real life near the green now. was too big before. The signature hole, here it is, hole 11. We spent a bit of time, I spent a bit of time shaping this again, because the team have made the hole smaller, they've brought the bunkers nearer the green, and they've just tidied the hole up in general. So we've spent some time putting the path down, reshaping the land, so here it was a drop, because it is a drop, moving the bunkers closer, because they had before, they were here and here, or there and there, something like that. And we've added the path, the cart path around the left. So I think this, when you look back at the hole, if I can control the thing, I know it's my work, but God, I'm good. That was a joke. Then if we follow the path, because no one will see this, I'm going to show it to you. If you follow the path, you go past Rushmere, wrong path, I've taken a wrong turn. I've added all the fence down, so after hole 11, when you've made double bogey, you have a 400 metre place to think about it, and lose your glove, because I always lose my glove there, dropping it. Hole 12, not many changes to make here. Tee off was fine. I've made the fairway thinner, and I've added some rough, and I've moved the bunker to 240 yards off the whites on the bend. Admittedly, Tiger Woods just going to go over that when he plays it, 300 yards, but that's where it is in real life, so it's much better. And I've reshaped the green somewhat, because it was too large before, and added some rough on the left, so you don't want to go there. Here I've also added some steps. Don't go down this bank in the winter, very wet. I saw Abe slip down it, and Simon Goodall was very angry and said, Abe, use the bloody steps. So use the steps. Hole 13, like for hole 5, I wasn't quite happy with in the first game. It was quite flat, so I've reshaped it, drawn the tee back all the way to the back where it should have been, added the cart path, and I've reshaped it, so I've added much more up and down to real life. And I've added here, this bush over on the right, I went in the other day, definitely exists, so I've added it. This used to be blank, so I've added all these bushes. If you go in them, you're not making par. We're probably not making par anyway, but you're probably making 6 or 7. And then I've resculpted the land in the run up to the smaller green, so when you're in the green, when you find the fairway, you now, if you're on the right hand side, can't see the green. You have to come to the left. See, now you can see it, see if it's cleared. So that is much more true to real life, so I'm quite happy with that, as you can tell. There's a school over there with the noisy football pitches that put me off my putting. Nah, that's not true. Hole 14, I've added, this is kind of like a second signature hole in the summer, because the team let it grow out and make patterns of the rough. They've done that. I've tried to add that and mimic it, and they've also cleared rough out of the left, trees out of the left, because they had disease apparently. So I've cleared this whole area that used to have loads of trees. Apart from that, it stays the same. I've added the paths. Hole 15 is the big one, the big change, because as you can see here from the tee, I've added the 2 wind turbines. Huge improvement. First game didn't have them, had feedback, received it, acted upon it. Made the fairway tighter and really tightened up the green, so it's a smaller green, more true to real life. Down to hole 16, that did not need much changing, because it looked, I was pretty happy with this, so that was it, with the hump on the left. So let's go down it. The only change here was the team added a bunker here, so I've added 2 bunkers. One already existed, so I've added one there, and it moved it closer to the green. Hole 17 didn't need huge change. I just made the green smaller, because it was a big green, so I've made it a smaller green. Similar idea, plays the same, and I made a double on this when I was practicing earlier. It's risk reward on the game. And then 18, so if you I did do the path, but you can't see it. 18, where are we going? 11, 18 over here. So you can see the path. It does, there it goes. And there's the temporary hole, if we ever use it. Very exciting. Hole 18 didn't need much changing off the tee. Drive bang up there. The approach shot didn't need changing. It's a 2-tier green. I lifted this up a bit. The big change here is there. The new area for cleaning issues and clubs at the end, I've moved to there. It used to be over there, so that is a huge change. It used to be there. It's not there anymore. It's there. So I've moved that. And actually, if you look at hole 18, that approach shot, I think, looks so like the actual approach shot in. The only thing I might do post this is maybe just move that. No, the tree's perfect. No, the tree's there. I hate that tree. I always hit it. But there you go. That is Leighton Buzzard, designed on 2K23, and it will be available for you to play in the next day or two. So we're talking like 13th of June 2024. It will be available to play, and I will load up a video of Tiger Woods playing it and see his best score on it.